Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91. Listen, quick live where we talk to you guys about a particular topic. Today we're talking about speak up and fight for your right. Now, you know I'm all about relationships. I want to just present this particular phrase to you. Why are you willing to drown so others can float? Why are you willing to drown so others can float? Well, after today's video, I want to make sure that you know that you don't need to drown any longer. It's time for you to swim. And if that means other people drown because you decided to swim, that's on them. That's not on you. Okay? All right? We're no longer going to be martyrs. We are going to speak up and we're going to fight for our right. Okay? That's your responsibility. Okay? Now, I want to let you know the moment you decide to speak up, you're going to stir the waters, okay? And I'll explain that a little bit later on at the end of the video. I want you to understand that you do not need to become the peer that everybody walks all over. You do not need to become the peer that's standing in the water that everybody walks across in order for their life to be easier and yours to be much more harder. Now, many of us have been in situations where we have been sellotape at the mouth. You know, we've been quiet. We have been, silenced or silenced, as Oprah would say. We have been in situations where we have been drowning in the heaviness of the life events, our misfortunes of our own heart. And we have been willing to jump in at the deep end to help other people and become a stepping stone so others can stay afloat whilst we drown in our unmet needs. Let me say that again. Many of us are willing to be the stepping stone to keep others afloat by meeting their needs whilst we have our needs unmet. Today, I need you to speak up. So type in the chat for me or in the comment section if you're watching this on replay, speak up, okay? Speak up, all right? And the question we're asking today is, why are you willing to drown so others can float? Okay, I want to understand this. Listen, there are many reasons why many of us do not speak up. Okay, many of us have been in situations where we have grown up in households where speaking up was actually punished. Right? Many of us have been in households where when you decided you wanted to speak your emotions, your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions, you were shut down. You were told you don't get an opinion around here. You were told you're just a child. You were told we don't care. You were told, why are you talking? Children should be seen and not be heard. Many of us grew up in households where, you know, when you did decide to share your thoughts and your feelings, you were ignored or you were dismissed, or better yet, you were told, listen, why are you talking? You know, or your parents showed disinterest through their body language that they weren't really listening to you. You know, when they give you the yeah, but they ain't really listening to you. And you know that, and you felt that pain, right? Many of you have grew up in households where, you were told to always share, even if you didn't want to. Your boundaries are always crossed. Even if you don't want to share, they told you to share. You know, you were beaten, cussed, degraded, mocked, ignored when you had an opinion or suggestion or a thought. Okay, maybe you had a parent that was missing, and so you became the parent for your siblings, and in doing so you had to abandon your own need, and you didn't want to speak up because in reality parents don't speak up for their needs to their children. And so you see everyone else's children, and you as a parent, you see yourself as a mature individual and everyone as immature. So you keep supplying their needs and becoming the peer or the stepping stone so that they can float and then you can drown. And so now your needs are unmet because you won't speak up. Somebody type in the chat, speak up. Someone type in the comment section, speak up. Okay? Today is your day to speak up. All right, I'm going to give you a scripture in a second or two, but the Bible says that the truth shall set you free. Okay, speak the truth. Okay, because you got to be set free, my friend. Okay, we ain't gonna be here all day. Okay, all right. So I want you to understand that. Listen, your childhood and your experiences of the past is not your fault. Okay, your childhood and the experiences of your past, it is not your fault, but it is your responsibility that today you better speak up. Okay, all right. There was a time where Peter and I believe it's Peter, and I always forget the person, who the other person is. It might be John, but Peter was one of them, and the other person I always forget their name, and they imprisoned them, right, and said, "We don't care. You can speak whatever you want to speak. Just don't speak that Jesus stuff." Okay, right? We don't care what you speak. We don't care. As Mr. Smith would say, we don't care, right? But they said, listen, all we care about is just don't speak that Jesus speak. You know what they did when they came out of prison? They spoke the Jesus speak. Look, many people are not going to like the fact that you're going to speak up because you've always been silent as a church mouse. And in your silence, they've been actually benefiting from your silence. Right? Whether it's at work, whether it's in your home, whether it's with your children, maybe not your children, I don't know why you're not speaking about your children, whether it's your parents, whether it's with, a lover or a friend, whatever it is time for you to speak up. Okay? All right? The time for you is to speak up. All right? So you can't stay quiet as a church mouse just to make sure you appease other people. You can't stay quiet as a church mouse so other people can feel comfortable. It's time to make them uncomfortable because your comfortability comes first, right? Your comfortability comes first. So again, type in a chat for me, type in the comment section, speak up. Turn to your neighbor and say, speak up. I know you ain't got one, but don't worry, say we take it to church, okay? Speak up, okay? All right, we ain't gonna be silent. I will not be silent. I will always worship you. So we're gonna always have to speak up. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Okay, all right, we got to speak up. All right. Okay, cool. So I want to let you know, listen, that you were drowning long before you met your friends, your lovers, or your family members and how you deal with them today. Okay, you were drowning long before that lover, that partner, that friend, that colleague, that family member today. You were drowning long before that because we spoke about childhood just a minute ago. Okay, you've been drowning because that's the way that they've taught you how to behave, that you should drown so others can float. Okay, but here's what's going to happen when you speak up. You ever read the story of John 5? Let me give you the story in John 5. In John 5, there's a story of a man who was sick for 38 years. A man that was sick for 38 years. And he was by the pool of Bethesda, or Bethesda, or Bethesda, or Bethesda. Whatever the name is, you know the name is Beth something. Okay? And he was beside the water for 38 years. And he was sick with an infirmity, a weakness of his body. Okay, all right. And every time what would happen is every year, once in a year, an angel would come and would stir the water. Okay, stir the water. And as the water would stir, anybody getting into that water would then be healed. Well, he's been here for 38 years and never managed to get into the pool. Now, my question is, what kind of conversations has he been having with people? Because by the 38th year, you should be by this. You should literally be in the. You shouldn't even. You should just be by the side of the water. You should never move again. You should never move again. The first year it passed you, okay. Second year, okay. But third or fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth, 38th year that you've managed to get to the pool. Now, if you managed to get to the pool, that means either you've been beside the pool or you had help to get you to the pool. Which means we are not telling people what our actual needs are. No, can we really deep the story? Oh, God, I didn't even deep the story until now. When you're saying that, Holy Spirit, you're deep. I'm deep in it. How can you be beside the pool for 38 years? Either you get there every year late, or you yourself have always been by the pool. Either way, we shouldn't have been there for 38 years. Because you should have spoken to somebody and said, I need help to get me in a pool. And if that's the case, if it's the first year and someone doesn't help you, are gonna crawl till you get to the pool, and by the second year you're the first one to go. Because you're so close to the pool. So why was it 38 years? He wouldn't speak up. Now the crazy thing about this story is that Jesus asked him. And said to himself, Jesus said to him in John 5 and said these words. Said to him, let me read the words to you. He said, when Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been in that condition a long time, he said to him, do you want to be made well? And the sick man answered, Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I'm coming, another steps down before me. See, here's my thing though, bro. You've been doing this for 38 years. You ain't got. I'm not trying to cuss him, by the way. I'm just pointing out something. He's been doing it for 38 years. 38 years. By the second or third year, you should be on the last step. You shouldn't even move. Because 38 years, because how are you at that pool for 38 years? This is the part that I was really deep in it, right? I was really deep in it. Either you've been there for 37 years before that, not moving, and people are feeding you on the way there. And if that's the case, you need to be closer. every year, so that your toe is in the water by the time that someone can't beat you. Your toe is already there. Bah. You know what I'm saying to you? But I'm joking and all jokes aside, right? Jesus asks him and says to him, listen, you're going to be made well. Sick man answered, I have no man to put me in a pool when the water is stirred up, but while I'm coming, another steps down before me. Jesus said to him, rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked. And that day was a Sabbath. The Jews therefore said to him, who was cured, it is a Sabbath. It's not lawful for you to carry your bed. He answered them, he who made me well said to me, take up your bed and walk. And they asked him, who is this man who said to you, take up your bed and walk? But the one who was healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterwards, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, see, you have been made well, sin no more, lest worse thing comes onto you. Now, what I deeped about the story, yeah? Someone that came up to me. Someone type in the chat again, speak up, okay? Someone type in the chat, speak up, okay? Because there's another story, okay, where another man screamed and said, sorry, I always forget the name. I always forget the name what he screamed. And the Lord healed him simply because he cried aloud, right? But in this particular story, right, what really intrigues me is that Jesus says, get up and walk, and he ends up getting up and walking. But what's interesting is the whole thing of the water stirring. If he was to get in it, he'll be healed. But not only that, right? In that situation, when he does get up, he has enemies straight away. The moment he gets up and decides to walk, after 38 years walking on Sabbath with his mat, he has people already who are... What do you mean you're walking? Why are you walking for? He has people who are willing to lay down the letter of the law against him. Now, this is really interesting. Yes, Jesus, son of David, this is the one. Show mercy on me. Thank you. That's the one I was looking for. Thank you. Right? Now, what's really interesting, okay, all right, what's really interesting is that the moment you decide to speak up, the water's going to stir. Oh yeah, you're going to cause a stir. The moment you decide to speak up, the water's going to stir. And the moment you decide to get up and move and believe and have faith, let me say faith, because belief means to accept it to be true. The moment you begin to walk in faith, that when I speak up, I'm allowed to speak up, I'm allowed to have needs and wants, is the moment you contract real enemies. Right? Real enemies. And the reason why is because people were comfortable with you being where you were. They're comfortable with you being where you were because they're happy when you're drowning so they can stay afloat. Right? They are happy that you are drowning so they can stay afloat. In fact, their foot is on your neck. Right? Every time you're there every single time, foot on neck in the water. Every single time your foot's on your neck because you won't speak up, right? And so you're always there drowning every single time, right? Simply because you are uncomfortable with them being uncomfortable with you being comfortable. Are you all right? Are they all right? Is everybody in the room all right? Now, can we really deep that? Okay? All right? Please. Are you all right? Because how is it that you're thinking about being uncomfortable because you're going to make them uncomfortable by being comfortable? Right? Why are you willing to drown so they can stay afloat? Why are you willing to be a pier that they can walk across so that they can keep their feet dry, but you be in the water? Right? Why are you willing not to receive your healing and stay by a pool for 38 years? Just wondering why you won't speak up and tell somebody, drag my ass into the water. Yeah? Drag my ass into the water. Right? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Okay? All right? So you personally need to learn how to speak up. Somebody type in the chat again, speak up. If you're in the comment section, type again, speak up. I will not drown for them. Someone say it to me. Type in the chat, I will not drown for them. You're not going to drown for them. Okay? Don't let me do that noise again. Don't let me do it again. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? You will not drown for them. Okay? You will not drown for them. Okay? Today's your day. You are going to swim. I can't even swim, but we will swim. You know what I'm saying to you? Today I can't swim, but I will swim. I'll find a way. Okay, so when you begin to speak up, the water stirs. Okay, when you begin to walk in that, in that healing, you'll realize that you'll have enemies instantly. People that are comfortable with where you were before and want you to go back because they don't get the benefit of the relationship that you had before. Okay, so today I want you to swim. Okay, all right. Today I want you to swim. Okay, all right. Do not become the pier in the water that everybody walks all over. Okay, all right. But when you speak, there will be a stir. Don't worry about that. But don't be uncomfortable thinking about their uncomfortability, so that because you want to be comfortable. It's okay. Today you're gonna have to allow their foots to touch the water and let them swim on their own. Okay. Someone said I should learn how to swim. I really should. Okay. I really should. All right. So today, speak up. Fight for your right. It is your right that you're fighting for. Okay, all right. It's your right that you're fighting for. You're speaking up for your right. You're speaking up for what's right for you, and so you have every right to speak up. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're wrong for speaking up. You are right to speak up. It is your right. Okay, but it's also your responsibility. All right, so we're going to leave it there today. I wanted you to know, speak up, fight for your right. And what I tell you, we are not drowning for them. Somebody type in the chat. We're not drowning for them. Okay, we're not drowning for them. You understand? To you today, you're not drowning for them. All right, so I appreciate you guys. All right, we'll see you again in a couple of hours time for the live when it comes to Aaron from Never Ever Mets. We're going to interview him a little bit later on. Also, please, if you are here, we have about 40 people in the room. Look, if you haven't signed up to my coaching, okay, please sign up to the coaching. Listen, I told you already, I'm not charging you a specific price. Whatever you feel you have in your hand or whatever you feel it's worth, I want you to pay it. I know a lot of you already signed up. I want you guys to take advantage of me whilst we can, okay? If you're one of those people that are drowning, then I need you to reach out to me. Okay, I'm offering up my hand and I'm gonna pull you out. Okay, so reach out to me, sign up to the coaching. Again, I haven't charged a specific price. It is whatever you feel the session's worth and whatever you feel or whatever you have in your hand. We're also doing our group coaching on a Thursday. It's early in the morning. I can't lie to you. For the Americans, if you're American, it's early in the morning. It's 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. We have a Thursday, so you can sign up every week. Just you don't have to sign up. You don't have to stay in it. So once a week you can sign up for. We have a group coaching session that's around that is around boundaries. So this week we're talking about why your boundaries are important. So if you haven't joined already this week, did I say Wednesday? I need to stop saying Wednesday. It's Thursday. Thank you very much. It's not Wednesday. It's Thursday. I keep saying Wednesday. It's Thursday morning. Thank you very much. It's Thursday morning. Yes, it's Thursday morning. So yes, if you want to join us, by all means, we'd love to have you guys there. And it'll be an amazing time for you guys to join, learn a bit more about boundaries as well. Raven said, what's early? Early is 6, 7 a.m. depending if you're EST or CST. If you're EST, I believe it's 7. If it's CST, it's 6. So, because it's 12 o'clock my time. So, and there is a price on that one. That one, guys, there is a price on that one. Okay, all right. There's a price on that one. Okay, all right. There's a price on that one. Okay, so yeah. So listen, join me for that session. I would love to see you guys, but we'll be back again later on this evening, and I will do another live. I've got another live tomorrow to do, one of these again, and it's called You Are Not a Mind Reader. Okay, so tomorrow's live is Stop It. You do not have the power of mind reading. Someone say with me, you don't have the power of mind reading. Tomorrow's one is you do not have the power of mind reading. Okay, so we'll be back here again tomorrow. We're going to be talking about you do not have the power of mind reading. Some of you like to mind read too much. You don't have the power. Okay? All right? Stop it. All right? You can't mind read. Put yourself first. I appreciate you. May you stay locked, stay loaded, and we'll see you again soon. Shout out to you, Sean. I appreciate you. You know I love. And we'll be with you guys. Much love.